name is Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today we're going to be playing another round of Would You Rather, but this time it's going to be Kindle Unlimited edition. I went on Instagram and asked all of you to give me Kindle Unlimited recommendations. I put 5 recommendations in here, the first 5 that I got, and I will be randomly pulling them out and playing around Would You Rather. So 2 books will go up against each other, and I will decide based off the synopses which one I would rather read until we only have 1 book left, and then I will read that book and vlog my experience for all of you. I have played this once before. I will link that somewhere around here. And I do apologize if you can hear the air conditioning. I may be able to filter it out during editing, but it is much too hot. It is like 35 degrees outside. So filming without the air conditioning on is just not an option. So we will either pretend it's not happening or I will try to edit it so it's not so loud. I don't know, but we're gonna do our best. Anyway, let's jump in. I honestly know nothing about these 5 books. I took the 5 first options that came through on that story and just wrote the title and the author on a piece of paper and threw it in here. I did not look up these synopses ahead of time, so you will be experiencing that with me. Let's dive in and see what our first choice is. Let's see what the first book in this round of Would I Rather is, and it is Love Songs Suck by Becky Monson. So according to Goodreads, which is where I'm going to be getting all of my synopses from for this, after growing up in Nashville with 2 musical parents, I promised myself one thing: I would never ever fall in love with anyone who had anything to do with the music scene. I will take my stable, albeit boring accountant boyfriend, thank you very much. At least that was my plan. Who knew one ridiculous party where boy band sensation Finn Thatcher showed up would turn my life completely upside down. So I'm looking, this looks like it is a rom-com. It is listed as a romance and a rom-com, and it also says it has fake dating, which I do love a good fake dating romance. It has a 4.25 average on Goodreads, so it's pretty highly rated. So this is a good first option. Let's pull another title and see what book is going up against this book. Okay, let's see what book 2 is. Book 2 is, if I can open the piece of paper, Death Walker by Madison Nicole. So this is Death Walker. It says Lincoln is having a bad day. First she breaks off her engagement, then she dies and comes back to life. To top it all off, she gets told that she is the last Death Walker to show up in over a decade, and she doesn't even know what that word means. Her life has been completely overhauled in just under 24 hours. The silver lining is Priya, a beautiful badass who helps guide souls to the afterworld. It also lists this as a sapphic fantasy romance with plus-sized female character rep. That sounds amazing. So now I have to choose between Love Songs Suck and Death Walker, and I think if you ask me would I rather, I'm gonna pick Death Walker because I love this concept of like a zombie coming back to life situation with a sapphic romance plus size rep. Like, this has a lot of great things in it. So we will be moving on with this. Let's see if it makes it to the end. Who knows? Let's pull book 3. Okay, so this book is going to be going up against Death Walker in this round of Would You Rather. Ended up picking up 2, so let's just try that again. Okay, we've got 1 this time, and it is Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I saw this title and thought, what could this be? What could this be? So let's look it up. First of all, you see the cover because I will insert the cover. This cover is super cute. Like, I know it's set in a cemetery, but like, I'm kind of into the cover. The cover's selling me already. Let's read the synopsis. Falling for the wrong person or bury your feelings. Callum would rather dive into an open grave than take a stranger to dinner in a movie. But he can only inherit the family undertaking business and carry on their legacy under one condition. He must marry before his 35th birthday. So it is out of the mortuary and into the dating scene. Okay. I'm not going to lie. That sounds fabulous. That sounds very interesting, and it has a much higher rating on Goodreads at a 4.56. So I think if you asked me, would you rather Morbidly Yours or Deathwalker? Oh, it's a hard one, and I kind of want to read both books, and I probably will keep the other one on my Goodreads want to reads, because I think I'm going to end up wanting to read Deathwalker eventually because it sounds really interesting. But in this round of Would You Rather, I think I would rather read Morbidly Yours. Like the title, the cover, that little bit of the synopsis, this has me hooked. This has me pretty hooked. Let's see what book 4 is. Okay, book 4 is Court of Raven and Ruin by Eliza Rain. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to pick this one over Morbidly Yours right from the get-go, because from the title, I'm going to assume this is fantasy romance. And lately, fantasy romance has just not been my jam. I've been in a dark romance era, in a contemporary romance era, but I am not in a fantasy romance era. I'm just not. I'm not enjoying fantasy romance at this moment in time. So to pick a fantasy romance is probably not going to happen. The synopsis is a defiant human woman, a dark fae prince, two enemies bound to a marriage that could destroy their world. I know this is not what I want to be reading right now. So if I had to do a Would You Rather of A Court of Raven and Ruin or Morbidly Yours, I'm going to have to stick with Morbidly Yours. You're moving on, and there is only one book left in the jar. So let's see what that is. There is only one left, so let's pull it out. Will it knock Morbidly Yours off its pedestal? We will see. And it is Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. So, Indigo Ridge says, Winslow Covington believes in life, liberty, and the letter of the law. As Quincy, Montana's new chief of police, she's determined to prove herself to the community and show them that she didn't earn her position because her grandfather is the mayor. According to her pops, all she has to do is earn favor with the Edens, but winning over the town's founding family might have been easier if not for her one-night stand with the oldest son. Okay. So this looks like it's a romance with a thriller element. There seems to be like a killer on the loose in this town. And since she is the new chief of police, she has to catch the killer. But also there seems to be a kind of second chance romance with like a one-night stand. That's what I'm getting from this synopsis. I know that I have heard of this book. This is one of the few that I've actually heard of that was on this list. Did I know anything about it? No, but I heard of it because I know Rainey read it. I will say the reason that I'm not super excited to pick this up is that it is the first in a series. And I'm really trying to not start as many series because I'm currently in the middle of like 40 some series. Like it's an excessive number. It's excessive. So if you ask me, would I rather Indigo Ridge or Morbidly Yours, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with the rom-com in the graveyard at the mortuary, Morbidly Yours. So that is the book that we will be reading. We have played a round of Would You Rather, and the winner is Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I will be vlogging this in this video as well. So this video is not done. It has just helped me pick what I will be reading. So stick around. I'm going to go get started on this book, and I will talk to you when I hit about 50% of the way through and let you know what I think of this rom-com set in a mortuary. I love that you can find these things on KU. Like, KU just has a plethora of the weirdest things you'd ever find. But, like, they're so much fun to read. They're so much fun. So this update is going to be a little bit quick. This book was not what I wanted it to be. Morbidly Yours. Unfortunately, I ended up DNFing it at 12%, and maybe this is a lesson of don't judge a book by its really cute cover and cute title. The writing was not good, and it was really the writing that I had issues with, but also the character work. The characters were very one note. Really, his only personality trait, Callum, the main male character, his only personality trait was that he was a mortician. Like, he had no other personality traits. And I gave it a really solid try, but by 12%, I just could not do it any longer. And I had to just say, this book is not for me, and put it down. The writing was not good. And like I said, the character work was not good. So I'm gonna just move on from this one, unfortunately. So I would not say this is quite a resounding success of our round of Would You Rather. That's okay. It was still a fun game to play, KU Would You Rather. I still had fun playing the game. And there's definitely a couple other books that were suggested that I am interested in picking up eventually. But for right now, we're going to just DNF our choice. I'm sad to be ending Would You Rather on a kind of sour note, but it is what it is. I will, I'm sure, play another round of Would You Rather at some point, and hopefully the next time it will go off better than this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.